I never liked the word wife. It always tasted like starch and sour wine on the tongue. A word made for aprons and sighs, a word built for waiting, wilted flowers, dull dinners, and obedience. But bride, oh, bride is delicious. Bride is silk gloves and candlelight. Bride is pearls and the sound of a lock clicking shut. My name is Dragana Petrescu, though I've had many names and husbands. I was born in Wallachia, Romania, in the shadow of castle walls and winter trees that whisper secrets to the wind. But the world has grown so very wide since then. I have walked through it in heels sharp enough to pierce the veil between life and death, and I have married across it like a well-travelled infection. Love is the prettiest disease, is it not? I am a mail-order bride. I come in a box, one might say, laced with perfume, wrapped in hope, delivered by fate and a very discreet courier. The men who order me are always rich and lonely and desperate, so very desperate. They want a wife, they get a bride. It is 1908, and I am now in Vienna. The city is thick with the smell of cigars and rain. Gas lamps flicker like nervous candles, and the streets shine with carriage wheels and secrets. I have just arrived at the home of Baron Otto Huber, a sausage magnate with the manners of a boiled potato and a face to match. His estate is large, damp and miserable. It suits me perfectly. I wear a veil, of course. Mystery is half the seduction. The other half is my face, but one cannot simply give everything away at once. Men are like cats. Dangle a string and they follow. Show them the whole loom and they flee. Otto is thrilled. He thinks he has found the perfect doll to fill the echo in his cold bed. I nod and giggle at all the right places. He asks nothing of importance. They never do. I could be anyone under this veil, and I am. 3 weeks later, he is dead. Heart attack, the doctor says. I sob discreetly into my lace kerchief. I always cover my tracks, and this time was no exception. The 2 minor marks in the folds of his thick neck went unnoticed. A pity, the neighbours whisper. Good for her, the servants mutter. I weep, just enough to be admired. I inherit everything. I leave fingerprints only where I want them to be. Then I disappear into the mist. The next husband was in Prague, in the Czech Republic. A banker, sleek as a fox and just as smug. His name is Emil Novak, and he had a collection of antique coins and younger mistresses. I found him exhausting. Still, his mansion was exquisite, and the cellar was cool enough for a proper daytime sleep. It featured stone walls, candle-lit iron sconces, and a draught that carried the scent of time. You might wonder how I choose them. I don't. They chose me. They write letters to an agency which then writes letters to me. They include a portrait, their credentials, and descriptions of their assets. I read them while sipping my thick red sustenance. Some letters smell of ink and longing. Others reek of sweat and desperation. One was stained with a tear, another with something darker. I answer them all the same way. With a portrait, with promises, with lies dressed as lace. It is crucial to seem old-fashioned. Men like that. It makes them feel safe, and safety is the most incredible illusion of all time. With Emil, I lasted a month. He dies in the bath, his wineglass shattering on the floor, the blood from his neck washed away by the warm water. I'm already gone before the undertaker closes the lid. I left a red scarf on the banister. A goodbye? A signature? The secret, you see, is not just in the feeding. It is in the leaving. I do not linger, I do not attach. I take and then I vanish, like a dream that ends in a scream. They all die differently. It keeps things exciting. Otto wheezed and clutched. Emil slipped beneath the water like a prayer unanswered. You might ask, how can I avoid getting caught? But the truth is, I look like salvation. Men die around me the way moths die in candlelight. No one suspects the flame, and besides, who would believe it? A vampire in pearls? How tasteless. By 1910, I was in Paris. Oh, Paris! The city smelt of pastries and rot, a perfect bouquet. The Seine reflects the moon like a cracked mirror. It is a city for ghosts. This time, the groom is American, Jonathan Whitby, a railroad heir with teeth too big for his mouth and eyes like boiled cabbage. He has the confidence of a man who has never been denied anything. He tries to impress me with champagne. I smile. He says he has never met a woman like me. He is correct. I allowed him to court me for 6 weeks. He proposes beneath the Eiffel Tower like the romantic fool he is. My smile is made of razors as I said yes. At the wedding I wore a white dress. That night he said he loved me. I whisper, I know. He dies with my name on his lips. A little gift I give them. Let them die thinking they matter. It's kinder in a way. You must be wondering by now, what makes me different? What is my quirk? Shall I tell you? I knit, yes, with bone needles carved from my very first victim. I find the repetition soothing. The click-clack of them calms the storm inside me. I knit scarves, mittens, and sometimes little lace chokers. The bloodstains are minor inconveniences. Wool is so forgiving. I once knitted a shroud for a lover while he slept. He never even noticed. He thought it was romantic. He was wearing it when he died. My spouses never see the threads until they're wrapped up in them. I do not kill for fun, if that is what you think. I kill because it is necessary. My thirst is not a choice. My hunger is older than the mountains. I did not ask to be made this way, but I was, in a castle, in a storm, by a man who claimed to love me. He is long dead now, or so I hope. I prefer not to think of him, but he visits my dreams sometimes. His eyes were full of promises. His hands are cold as regret. In 1912, I came to England. Fog suits me, so does repression. Lord Pentworth is a widower. His home is vast and crumbling. His children are suspicious, but I charm them with cookies and lullabies. Children are much harder to fool than adults. But eventually, they too want a mother. They draw me pictures. They braid my hair. I almost forget what I am. I do not eat him, not yet. I wait. I settle in. I knit a shawl. I sing to the piano. I stare out the window at the moors and imagine them running red. The townsfolk begin to whisper. They say I never age. They say I never eat. They say the Baron's dog howled the night he died. It is getting more complex. One night I wake to find the Pentworth children watching me with wide eyes and trembling hands. They have garlic and crosses. I laugh until they cry. Not because they are wrong, but because they were so young and they still knew. I left that night, disappear into the mist. I leave them sleeping, hearts pounding. I leave the shawl draped over the banister, still warm. And now here we are. It is 1914. War is coming. The world is tearing itself open like a letter with bad news. It's the perfect time for travel. Chaos makes such a lovely cover. I received another letter. This one is different. It is written on old parchment and inked in crimson. It smells familiar, copper and memory. The man's name is Valentin Dragomir, Romanian. Of course. He says he knows me. He says he has been following my career. He says he wishes to marry me. I laugh. How absurd. But I go. Of course I'll go. Curiosity is a terrible thing. So is fate. His castle is older than sin, hidden in the Carpathians. Wolves howl as I approach, clichés upon clichés. I roll my eyes, and yet my hands shake. He greets me at the door, tall, pale, beautiful, familiar, too familiar. He smiles, Dragana, still as lovely as the night you broke my heart. Oh, it is him, the one who made me, the one I left for dead. He never died. He wants to marry me. He wants us to rule together. He wants eternity. I stab him through the eye with a knitting needle. He doesn't even flinch. Still so dramatic, he says. I don't know how this will end. Maybe I will kill him again. Maybe he will kill me. Maybe we will marry. But one thing is sure. No one escapes marriage, not even monsters. Especially not monsters.